Big Ten scheduling that's coming. I'm going to say something that definitely backs up the sentiment from so many other Big Ten fans that Michigan Wolverine alums like myself are arrogant and put our program on a pedestal. I know, TJ, what I'm about to say will upset Penn State country where you're from. I get it. But with all of the additions with UCLA and USC and Dan Wetzel saying, well, they're not gonna take away rivalry games with the additions of these two new teams. The whole idea is to create more watchable games, and they're not going to take away the rivalry games. So you're going to still have those, and then you'll figure out what he said. They'll still play 9 games, but they're not going to take away the rivalry games. Name me another Big Ten rivalry game that does not include Michigan. Name me one. Name me one.
Well, Iowa State.
Oh, they're not. Iowa State's not in the Big Ten. Iowa State's not a Big Ten team.
Penn State, Ohio State.
Oh yeah, the rich history of that.
I mean,
it doesn't have the 100-year history like Michigan.
Well, who's Wisconsin's rival?
Great. Ask them. You know who it is? Michigan. Name the one. Ask any Badger the one team they want to beat the most in the Big Ten. Us. Name Michigan State. Us. Name Ohio State. Us. Now, got broad shoulders. But now UCLA coming in, USC coming in. Oh, you want to see USC play who? Penn State. Oh, those great USC Penn State matchups, right?
No, you're going to want to see them play Michigan.
There's controversy where USC beat us on a phantom touchdown in a Rose Bowl during the Bo years. So it's just going to be another layer of got to play Michigan, but Michigan's irrelevant. I hear that all the time. I just want to know. That's why I want to know. How are we going to schedule these things? Michigan, UCLA.
I was out of Michigan USC Rose Bowl, which was amazing.
They were great.
And it was one of the best games I've ever watched.
Intense games. That was my last year, Bo's last game as coach of Michigan. I covered it. Junior Seau was literally everywhere on the field that day. So I just want to know, what's the scheduling going to be? And how are you going to balance it out?
Yeah.
And how are you going to keep complaining about it?
Well, I still have this program for it. Trust me, I still have this platform, and I'll use it. But I'm just trying to spit truth.
Go Blue.
Let's go to Doug in Baltimore. I'll take this call. I'll take the bite at this apple before we throw to break. What's up, Doug?
How you doing, Rich?
What's going on, buddy?
I'm okay. And let me give you the standard. I love you guys. I teach, and I try to schedule my schedule during the year to watch you guys during breaks and so forth during the summer.
My gosh. Okay.
Now, that said, here's the pivot.
But
the arrogance that comes across, and it's so odd because you come on sometimes at the top of the hour with like your humble host, but yet, oh my gosh, the arrogance when it comes to your beloved Yankees, and especially today your beloved University of Michigan.
Right.
Okay, let's start with Michigan, and we'll work our way back. How dare you say that the only rival that any school in the Big Ten has is with Michigan? Have you not heard of the old Oaken Bucket?
Oh gosh, I've heard of the Oaken Bucket. I've heard of it, and I'm not even putting the brown jug up there either. I mean, I know that's his old school, and I know there's an old Oaken Bucket that there are a lot of great rivalries. But when push comes to shove, though, Doug, were the United States sitting down and wanting to see the game, not just some regional rivalry. I'm not saying that there's no such thing as a rivalry in the Big Ten without Michigan. I'm talking about significant rivalries that need to be scheduled every year, not just because there's such a vast history, but because television executives demand it. And now USC's coming in. That's on Michigan's schedule damn near every year because of that. And you can't say the same thing about Michigan State. Gotta see USC take on even Ohio State. Seriously, that's what I'm saying.
Huh. Okay. I'm not sure I completely buy that.
Okay.
But all right, I mean, for the sake of the argument. But you don't think that people are going to want to see Ohio State and USC?
Now they would. Absolutely. I want to see that.
You don't think they wouldn't want to see that beforehand?
No, USC is far. Well, I mean, if it's not on the schedule that year, right, you can get through it. But I think there would be people saying, well, how are you not putting USC and Michigan together? You should say that about Ohio State too. Look, and I'll say this, so you're understanding. My head's not totally in the sand, and I'm not totally in the tank here. Ohio State is the most important Big Ten team there is right now. There is, because that's the one that has been battling for championships. Hopefully that tide got turned last year. I'm a little nervous that was just a one-off. But Ohio State's the one year in and year out over the last 10, 15 years that's the most important Big Ten team, because that's the one that can go in Alabama in a championship game and beat them. That's the one that's been able to go and to stare down the abyss of Clemson and beat them. And my school hasn't had that opportunity or put themselves in that spot.
And good Lord, you are making the most off of the one you got, the one this past year. I just wish you.
Well, I'm living my best life. By the way, Doug, that shelf life is lasting another few months, and I intend to have it. So.
Oh my God! Can I do the Yankee thing real quick? And I don't want Rockman to get on.
No, they're in Baltimore. Baltimore's in Yankee Stadium tonight, so tread lightly, sir.
We're going to get swept. I know that.
I don't know about that. They're playing well.
The Yankees right now are better than the Orioles. They've been that way for a while, but that doesn't mean that nothing else exists outside the Yankee orbit. Oh my God!
Do we need to hug it out?
Do I need to hug it out? Have I pissed you off, Doug? I'm sorry.
Doug is already my favorite caller of all time.
Well, wait a minute, Brockman. Let me tell this story real quick. I was in Boston in 2006, and a lady actually wanted me to take a picture with the 2004 championship trophy. And I told her, ma'am, you got to be kidding. I'm a lifelong Orioles fan. Why in the world would I pose behind a Red Sox championship trophy?
You don't need a piece of metal like that.
The great thing about being an Orioles fan, we can hate both of you.
I love it. Very good. We have to run, Doug, but please call back. Rearrange your schedule more, please. Thank you.
Fantastic.
I knew I'd piss people off, but I'm just speaking from the gut.